Hello, interwebs. 'Tis I, Sebastian Piccione, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. And this is F3G2 here in the back of the hallowed halls that are Famous Faces and Funnies and Get Your Fun On, and coming to you live from GonnaGeek.com with my good friend Godzilla, who's got his late night premiere to go to, although it's not all that late. Apparently he's got a 7 o'clock premiere to go to. So much for midnight premieres. He's working early. I think that's overtime, buddy. And he does get off on certain religious holidays. After all, he is Jewish. Now, we're gonna jump right in with this stack of stuff. We got Afterlife with I'm so stupid. Afterlife with Archie, number 5, continuing to be so good. It turns out that the Lodge's butler, Smithers, he can channel his inner let's go better than Dale. His inner Herschel, really. He's got his level-headed, good advice, guide everybody in the direction they need to go during a zombie apocalypse. We wrap up the first arc and set a whole lot of stuff up for the second arc. I'm also going to give a quick critique on critics, because most of us are bullshit. Really, critiquing anything it's pointless. I don't get paid for this, and I'm okay with that, because I don't think critics deserve to get paid. And some critics have been... Comics are a serial medium, all right? And a lot of people who critique comics bitch about, oh, there was mostly setup and things didn't really have, there was no... In a novel, in literature, you have exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, resolution. All in the same book because it's a fucking novel. All in the same movie because it's a fucking movie. In a serial, which goes in pieces, some of the times you're going to have the exposition take up much of a book on its own. The rising action take up... They can't all be the goddamn climax. So quit your bitching.
Same thing with TV.
Alright? Yeah, anything serial, TV shows, all that. Sometimes you've got to have the build, otherwise there's just no story. Alright? Batman Eternal, number 6, is... this continues to be good. I'm liking this. I like New 52 Spectre. Who knew? I like the way they're just integrating everybody. I was less thrilled at the visual appearance of New 52, what's his face, Gentleman Ghost, but I like that Gentleman Ghost is still being all gentleman and ghostly. I like that Batman has to give his explanation to Batwing, that he's like, you know, he's like, so what was he? He's like, no, he was a ghost. And Batwing's like, we just accept that? And he's like, yeah, there's a lot of shit around here. We can't, there's nothing else. He's like, he'll be back during the next full moon, I guess. Nth metal disrupts him. I don't know why. All right, so it was nice seeing Batman go, yeah, there are certain shit I just accept. I know I'm all analytical supermind, but some things just happen and I've learned to go with it. That was a nice little moment.
Yeah, man.
Future's End, number 2. Beautiful eulogy for the fallen Green Arrow by, what do you call it? By his BFF, Animal Man, who we'll get to later when we read Justice League United, number 1. But, yeah, it was a really good moment. I'm liking this. I'm liking the way this plays out. I like little hints at some of the characters we see in the future, because this all takes place five years from now. There are a couple people I don't know who are, and that makes sort of sense. There's a page here, almost looks sort of like they've got a, I don't know who that is. It's almost like a New 52 Wildebeest. I don't know. It's like a lion guy, Manticore. I don't know who he's supposed to be. But it was good, and I'm liking it. So, and I wasn't sure. I really wasn't sure when I read the 0 issue. I was like, oh, this is not going to do for me what I really wanted it to do for me. And then I read number 1 and liked it, and I read number 2, and it's solid. I want to know what happened in the 5-year interim that made Mr. Terrific a dick. Someone on Facebook said, someone posted one of the pages in here, and someone on one of my Facebook friends was like, so they made Mr. Terrific Kanye West? Because really he's just all about, everything with Mr. Terrific is about Mr. Terrific. Which kind of makes sense for a man who takes the name Mr. Terrific, really.
Brilliant.
You know, that's kind of, you got to have an ego if you're Mr. Terrific. Superboy, number 31. He fights a parasite. I'm still liking it. What the hell? What the hell? Aaron Cooter and Jorge Jimenez, what have you done to my world?
This is still Kent, right?
I'm liking. Yeah, this is still Jonathan Kent. Although the other Superboy that he's talking to is apparently real, and the two of them need to merge to work together to somehow save each other's lives. I don't know if it's like part of the ghost of Con-El, if it's another reality, alternate world Superboy, or if it's you know, just our super, you know, just who knows what it is. But I don't know what it is. But because according to Teen Titans Annual, Con-El's spirit has become the Silver Surfer to Oracle's Galactus. I don't know what's going on over there, but this is so good. This is so good, and I'm terrified because I know, as I've said before, Aaron Cooter and Jorge Jimenez are only supposed to be on this for a limited time, and I'm loving the art, and I'm loving the story, and I'm terrified of what it will become when someone else goes, oh, sure, I'll pick up the piece. Because right now it's so good, and I'm going to cry when it's over. New Ultimates was okay. Story-wise, it's okay. Dialogue-wise, it's a bit off.
Number?
And number 2. And art-wise, it's not very dynamic. It's like this is a full-action splash page, and
Yeah, not a lot going on.
There's things happening, but they're not doing it. It's not very dynamic, comic booky. You know, it's, you know, versus, you know, and come on, this is the kind of stuff that, you know, when you're trying to, you know,
It is a visual.
the artists who break into the artists who draw my stuff as they're trying to break into bigger and better things. If they drew a panel like this, a page like this, they'd be told, no, you need to come back when you can get more dynamic and whatever. So it's baffling to me why stuff like that happens. So it was still good. It just wasn't the great that it should have been. Ultimate is kind of an exaggeration. It was not all new Ultimates. It was all new Adequates, which scream selling. Okay, now let's get ready. What the heck was that? I don't know. Did you see something? Me neither. Oh, did you see that again? I don't know what's happening. I don't know if I'm even hiding this well from the camera because I don't know how much of me is on screen. So, woo! All right, why all the little Superman waving? Mostly because I found this in the other room. But while I was waiting to get set up to film, and you know I like playing with things. Isn't that right, buddy? He agrees. Yeah, that's like the third time I've done a Godzilla noise on the internet. You're gonna lock me up one day. But frighteningly enough, Superman Doomed is one of the more readable, more enjoyable, and better done Superman stories of the entire New 52. I'm baffled myself. I didn't expect to like this. I expected to come in and go, what the hell? But even the concept made me go, what? Superman's going to become a Doomsday? What?
What?
It hurt my little head. But sometimes you can take something that makes me go, what the hell are you doing? And go, oh, that's really good. Dan Slott did it. Why can't the guys over at DC? And this even has the name right on it. Look, first name on there, Scott Lobdell. Hell, the idea itself that made me go, what the hell? That sounds like a Lobdell idea. But I liked it. So, Mr. Lobdell, well done here. Of course, Charles Soule and Greg Pak, I know you helped make that work because I already love you guys. And Ken Lashley's art, I love Ken Lashley. In a mostly non-creepy way. A little creepy though, a little bit. But it's really good. It explains what I didn't think they were going to explain. Pre-New 52 Doomsday, actually existed. They show him and explain what metamorphosis he's gone under to become this. There's a logical reason. There's a shift in the way his power works. They even described that the original Doomsday that fought Superman was what would be the equivalent of a larval state, and now he's evolving into this bigger, badder, faster, meaner thing. And this contains in and of itself the defeat of Doomsday. The after effects are what will make up Superman Doomed. But so Superman fights and defeats Doomsday. Now it's still unclear, because in interviews they've said that the other Superman Doomsday fight never happened. However, let's see if I can find one of these that has the little, they like to do that backup thing. No, this has the other backup thing. Why, DC, do you have to mess with me? I think this one has the other one that I was looking for. No, there we go. It's got a little sneak peek at the Jeff Johns, John Romita Jr. Superman, which I know a lot of people find John Romita Jr.'s art polarizing. I think that the unnecessary lines of the New 52 Superman costume work best with an artist like John Romita Jr. on it. So I'm in. Suck it. Can't say you don't like Blocky in the DC universe. Have you met Jack Kirby? King of Blocky, King of Awesome, King Kirby. It's almost like they call him that. Now, I'm not saying Romita's a Kirby, but there are elements. Anyway, my point, and I had one, is look, there's headlines in the background there. Magic Hands, can you line those up as they're walking through the Daily Planet? That shows Superman dead, Superman alive. Apparently, that happened. So, I got nothing. I don't know, even DC doesn't know its own damn continuity. But Jeff Johns wrote that, and Jeff Johns is continuity god of DC. So, therefore, I say it happened. But anyway, we get the explanation of original Doomsday. In all three of these, they handle it. Steel gets an organic steel bath. His armor gets kind of wrecked by Doomsday. And Steel now he looks kind of Silver Surfer-y, but once you put the components on, Steel can look a little more like the Steel we're used to. So that's cool right there. Superman, Wonder Woman, really, really good. All three of these were really good. They had some great Superman moments that felt like Superman, and that's important to me, that Superman should feel like Superman. And there's a page here, and that's when I knew I was hooked. This one in Superman Doomed. There's a Lashley page. All right, look what this man did. He saves 3 people parachuting out of a plane, 3 pilots, and boom, it just looks like a Superman page. It's just gorgeous. Also, he does some cool stuff with the way the cape lines up. I like that panel there too, and it's beautiful to look at. The story reads like a Superman book should. Wonder Woman is outclassed by Doomsday. Doomsday in this is just this unbeatable thing that burns everything near him. He's basically draining life essence out of everything, and he's just going to suck the life out of the planet. He's made wildebeests, an endangered species, from marching across, part of Africa and just burning the herds. So, Wonder Woman, no one can go. Superman's the only one who can last longer than 10 minutes in front of him. Wonder Woman makes a go of it, and she's not backing down. She's not a damsel in distress. She's like, look, I may die, but so might you, so screw it. It's all really powerful. There's some great interaction moments. It was really well done. So I didn't even give all the issue numbers. So Superman Doomed number 1, Action Comics number 31, and Superman Wonder Woman number 8. All great. I'm even going to brave through the Lobdell issues, and I hope that there's not much stumbling there. And I think I'm in for this story. I may buy that in trade. Who knew? Bee and Puppy Cat was a lot of fun. A little weird. It's sort of like the way it worked in my head. It made me think of what do you call it? The tone of it made me think of Steven Universe. With a girl and a puppy cat. Plus, the girl's name is Bee, and we call my Isabella Bee. So, really, I bought this for her. So,
watch the show?
I haven't watched anything. I almost forgot about it. All new Ghost Rider number 3. Continue. This is good. We get some hints to the origin of this, because the regular Ghost Rider's there. If you're like, they changed it, get over it. They didn't change it. This is a different Ghost Rider. Your motorcycle guy's still there. There's still like 3 other Ghost Riders out there. Mm-hmm. All right, they can make a whole team called Ghost Riders. All right, this is my favorite. Who knew? Normally, I'm all about the original guys and replacements. No, this is my guy. There's Araya I like, and it's really good. The art is gorgeous. There's just such motion and fluidity to the. He actually melts into Ghost Rider, and you can see the melting. It's really been well done. All new X-Men number 27. We get an origin for the son of Charles Xavier and his brother. Yeah, that's right, because they have a common mother. Mystique, but you saw that in the preview, or you didn't, and I just ruined it for you. Suck it. There's 4 people watching this. Nobody cares. So it's good. I've been loving all the Bendis X stuff. Who knew? Batgirl. Oh my jeebus. This was the best. This was literally it's Gail Simone writing Ragdoll again, and it was like Gail Simone on Ragdoll. It was like slipping into an old comfortable sweater. A warped, disturbed, totally unhinged, creepy sweater that was so right and yet so wrong. Maybe had a couple blood stains on it. Monkeys are avenged. Friends, it's just so. Apparently, this sets stuff up for a coming arc. But it so many great little character moments, and I already just give her a Secret 6 because we need more Gail Simone Ragdoll. We need it. And who's the artist on this? Fernando Pasaran, and I think it's inked by Jonathan Glapion. Because he's a freaky character, not just to listen to and read, but to draw. He's all kind of bendy and unhinged, creepy horror movie movements, and you have that. You have these impossible angles made to look possible, and still give you that creepy. You know the way you felt the first time you saw Poltergeist and you saw that clown thing come alive and stuff. That's how you feel when you see Ragdoll in this book. And that's how you should feel. Power Girl has decided. This is Hunters of Power Girl, World's Finest, number 23. Power Girl has decided. Secret identities? Screw it. I own a company. And she needs to get shit done. She's not going to wait for big, heavy machinery. She's going to lift the stuff. So they may not know exactly that she's Power Girl, but the people at her... I don't know what the hell the name of her company is. Because I know her name's Karen Starr. It's Star Industries, Star Industries Lab, which is apparently not the same as Star Labs, which gets confusing when you think about that. But anyway, Star Industries is not the same as Star Labs, but they have a lab, and this one is being, there you go. There's the end of a secret identity right there. But they cause a blackout. She's on her way to getting back home, and we know a couple of things. One, that they're going to get back home, and two, that eventually, between the weekly World's End and between what they discuss as being something that took place in the past, in between now and the 5-year gap for Future's End, that we have a war. This DC universe has a war with another Earth that Apocalypse has taken over and is used as a point. So it sounds like Earth 1 and Earth 2 are going to go to war. Could happen. Quantum and Woody continues to be the most irreverent. Oh my God, I can't believe they said that. Funniest, greatest, most incredibly well-written, insane comic book you have ever read. Woody joins a heist. Woody cheats on 69. How do you cheat on a girlfriend whose actual name is 69? You have to be Woody. That's the only way to do it. So, of course, the brothers are let's say at odds, and Woody's arrested, and all sorts of shit's gonna hit the fan. So great, so well done. Avengers Undercover, picking up where it looks like they really did kill Arcade. I'm hoping it stays that way. But it's so good. I liked despite myself, I liked this is Avengers Undercover #4. I don't even care about these numbers. They can see the cover. They figured out it.
We have some pretense here.
We don't. I have no pretense. I liked Avengers Arena, despite the fact that I really thought I wouldn't. And I'm liking this even more than I liked Avengers Arena. And I really liked Avengers Arena. Apparently, you can, you know, the old you can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs. Yeah, they broke the shit out of some of my favorite eggs. But this omelet's really good. Dun da da da. Justice League United, #1, possibly my favorite incarnation of the Justice League since my original beloved Giffen de Matthias and Maguire Justice League International. What? Is that possible? Yes, it is. I love the Green Arrow Animal Man interplay, and it's made even better by the beautiful eulogy that Animal Man gives Green Arrow, because mostly Green Arrow makes fun of Animal Man. Which you've got to figure if you get into the psychology of it. He makes fun of Animal Man like, you know, you have the powers of animals. You just use the power of a rabbit. You realize how lame that is? Because basically, Green Arrow is a man on a team full of people with crazy-ass powers, and he's a guy with a bow. So he's got to do something, and Animal Man seems like the most obvious one to actually be able to make fun of. And they seem to do it good-naturedly. It's very Beetle and Booster-esque. And of course, that makes me happy. The art is so beautiful and so clean that I even it's got. I'm gonna call him Slobo, even though that's an insult to Slobo. It's got that new Lobo, the Slobo-looking motherfucker. And I'm supposed to believe that he can disarm Hawkman, literally. But it's got Slobo in here, and I still don't mind because it looks so good. And it is so clean. And then McCone stole a page from, or not a full page. We'll go with. He stole a panel from Andrea. What's his name? Sorrento. Over on Jeff Lemire's Green Arrow book, where they do that for emphasis. You get some panels that are just in a single color. It's black and white in a single color, and it works. It works because it's especially in here where it's even more of a contrast to the clean, bright panels that McCone does. And I don't know who colors this. Marcelo Mayalo. So it's such a contrast that it really, really works. And you can't bitch that Green Arrow's out of character because Jeff Lemire's writing, and he's the guy who writes him over in the other book. So he knows what he's doing. He's the guy who made the character cool in the New 52. He can make him bust on Animal Man if he wants. He also wrote Animal Man, so he knows Animal Man can take it. Your complaint is invalid, Internet. I'm looking at you, Land Pitts. I'm looking at you. You Jon Snow motherfucker. That's right. You know nothing. Bamf! Nightcrawler, #2, is good, but story-wise, it's a very dated feel. I mean, it's Chris Claremont, and Chris Claremont writes like some people are like, oh, they came on and wrote like they never left. Sometimes they mean that like they just stepped right in and everything's golden. Other times they mean that in this case, like he stepped in and said, oh, is it still 1984? I'll write Nightcrawler, and it's got that feel. But I don't care because Todd Knox drawn it, and I'll read anything Todd Knox, and it's beautiful, and it's Nightcrawler. So Meatloaf taught me 2 out of 3 ain't bad. So Todd Knox plus Nightcrawler equals I'm in. Chris Claremont equals meh. Although it's a good story, it's just not a great story. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like, oh, this is a horrible story. No, it's a good story. It's just not a great story. Royals, Masters of War. The Tsar's not dead, but he really should be. Everybody in this world, only royals have powers. So Russia should have no. During World War II, Russia should have no royals. No, there's a Tsar hanging around who doesn't really feel like helping Russia at all because they kind of burned his family to death and him, but couldn't. One of his powers was he couldn't die, so he's just horribly maimed for life, and now he goes around eating other people and looking kind of like he looks a little bit like if Sloth and what's the guy from Trauma, Toxic Avenger had a baby. The bounce is over, and I'm okay with that because I read it and I don't remember much of it. That's my review. It ended nicely, but I don't remember much of any of that. Bloodshot and Hardcore. It's Bloodshot versus Hardcore. But, of course, it's a setup. Cosell sets it up so they think Bloodshot's after them. Now, they're all after Bloodshot. And, of course, everybody's going to come out bloody except for Cosell. Although, hopefully, they'll go back and his shit up together. But you never know. People like to fight the wrong people. Valiant continues to just kick shit out of the park. They just do. Accelerators, number 6, is good. There's... I don't know how many issues are supposed to be in this. I know it's I believe it was a mini. But I love this. It's just time travel and all the headaches that time travel can ensue in one time travel-y little thing. This, holy crap, Starlight number 3. This may be one of my favorite books coming out right now, and it's written by Mark Miller, and as a general rule, just don't like him. But when I do like his stuff, I really like it. And this, I'm just loving. This is the character's name is Duke something. I'm not great at remembering names. But this is basically like Duke McQueen, and it's basically a Dark Knight Returns for Flash Gordon, is what this is. Mm-hmm. And it's so good. Oh boy, an original sin for the Avengers. Avengers number 29. Cap remembers when the Illuminati made him forget their plan to blow up all the other worlds to stabilize our world. Cap's not happy. He brings Thor, Starbrand, Hawkeye, Black Widow, and Hyperion to confront Tony about it. That's the kind of not happy but that he is. There have been grumblings that there could be a second Civil War coming. Maybe so. Also, time travel. Because the time gem comes back and explodes again. Oh, so that's a problem. This was good. It took about halfway through for me to actually like it. This is Brian Bendis' new United States of Murder, Inc. It's basically like a much more organized crime world of things, and it was good. And they're gonna it was good, and it took really till the ending for me to realize how much I liked it, but it was good. Captain Marvel number 3. She's got to get her ship back, and she does. And she does it with... I love this. There's so many great little moments. The art in this, all right, David Lopez does such great expressions, and it's so pitch perfect. And Kelly Sue DeConnick is really... She is in her zone. This since this was relaunched, I mean, there's only 3 issues, but it's just sublime. Ash and the Army of Darkness. It's Steve Niles writing Army of Darkness. So really, it's perfect. And the art is by a guy named Nacho. I'm telling you, Nacho Tenorio. Can you think of a better artist? It should be. They didn't even need to see any of his artwork. It's like, okay, who can we have as an artist on Army of Darkness? There's an artist named Nacho. Okay, everybody else can go home. We have our winner. That's really all you needed to know. But it's good, and Ash is confronted with the idea of the various women who get close to him and have their souls cursed, which is problematic. But this Nacho Tenorio guy does a great job of making an Ash that looks like Bruce Campbell. So really, that's like the whole secret to making an Army of Darkness book work, is when you look at it, does it look like Bruce Campbell? Yes. When you read it, does it sound like Bruce Campbell? Yes. Done. The Shadow ends, not with a bang, but kind of with a whimper. It just kind of ends the case. I expected more of this is the last issue. It's got a, homage to the Batman for the cover here. But, looking old Detective Comics 2070. But they could have gone 2 more issues because this was number 25, and it could have worked a little better. Damn you, timing of the universe. But it was good, just not great. Shudder is trippy. It's good. It's sort of, I don't know. I read so many comics that I think that when I get to stuff at the end of the pile, I start to kind of peter up. So it didn't hold me like the first issue did, but it's still worth looking into. I'm not even going to try and describe it because I've already taken up way too much damn time. Deadly Hands of Kung Fu, not fists, just the hands. You can do anything. Deadly, still deadly, deadly, deadly. Call, bang, I'm dead. It was good. Again, not great. It's Shang-Chi. I really wanted to like it more than I did, but Fantastic Four, number 4, had some decent moments, and the art is good. It's just nothing in this story really works. You're going to deconstruct the Fantastic Four. That should have an impact. You should feel that. This is the Fantastic Four. These are beloved characters who work great as a family, and you're going in and ripping that whole dynamic apart. It should be a lot more. You should feel that. That should have a lot more impact than this does. This just makes you go, really? And a Frightful Four that's composed primarily of like people from the Wrecking Crew and a replacement Wrecking Crew member following the Wizard. And the Wizard should have more of it because they've got like a Wizard clone, his partial son, on the team, and none of the impact was there. None of it was good concepts. None of it done. None of it executed well. Turok Dinosaur Hunter number 4 was so good. I am loving everything Dynamite's doing with the old Gold Key stuff. So good. I mean, who'd have thought? Well, heck, who would have thought back in the 90s that people would have said, wow, I'm liking the old Gold Key stuff redone. But now we're saying it again in 2014, and it's really working. I like the whole concept they've done, and the Brits have, they call them dragons, but the Brits have dinosaurs, and they bring them to the New World, and Turok's just like, hell's no, and even though, and the rest of them are like, what the hell are we gonna do? And it's really Turok, man without a country. Red Sonja, so good. Gail Simone's Red Sonja is just great. They even take, Gail Simone can get away with, because she's Gail Simone, people be like, oh, why is she in that chainmail? The rest of her gear got messed up. She's got no choice but to put on the old chainmail bikini. She's been dressed a little more sensibly of late. But, people they mistake her for a whore, and they send it to this whore, and she's like, you can understand our mistake. And she's like, whatever, I just want food. And, then they mistake her for a commoner, and it's all, that whole perception of the way she's dressed. Finally, the princess, she's, well, not princess, the courtesan, really, that she's rescuing in this, gives her like a makeover, puts her in a whole frilly dress, and again now she's, they get the whole girly looking princessy Red Sonja, and she's still judged by her appearance, by this army thing, and she's like, I'm Red Sonja, like, sure you are, you look like a flower, and then she, in this dress, just like hacks through them, and it's really, really well done. Chaos number 1 was not so well done. Sorry, Tim Seeley. I'm still looking forward to your Nightwing, Dick Grayson, agent of whatever the fuck. But I'm looking forward to that. But this was not. It wasn't good. And to end it, we've got one of the greatest trades I've read, Manifest Destiny. I reviewed issue number 1, and then the book's been selling out, and I never figured out when the hell it comes in. So I got the trade, $9.99 for the first 6 issues. So good. It's Lewis and Clark fighting like Native American-esque mythological, possibly alien beasts across the Louisiana territory, and it is so good. This is I don't know who any of these people are. Chris Dingus, Matthew Roberts, and Owen Jenny. Brilliant. Not a flaw. The artwork is perfect. The writing is perfect. The story, the concepts, everything on this. This is just, we talk about this at the roundtables we do here at Famous Faces. Every time, this is one of those books that people mention and swear how great it is. And it turns out they're not lying. This book is awesome. $9.99 gets you a trade of 6 issues. You can't beat that. So get it. Got it. Good. And I'll see you next week if you're foolish enough to come back for this.